Amazon. When you think of the company, you probably imagine online shopping, fast deliveries, or maybe even Alexa. But behind the scenes, Amazon is quietly building one of the most powerful artificial intelligence empires in the world. And unlike Google, Apple, or OpenAI, Amazon isn't loud about it. They prefer to work in silence, letting their competitors fight in the headlines, while they construct a foundation that could give them complete dominance in the AI future. Today, we're going to expose the truth about Amazon's secret AI army, how they're using Oz, robotics, and hidden investments to prepare for the biggest takeover in tech history, and why this could affect every single person who uses the internet. Let's start with something most people don't realize. Amazon Web Services, or OHS, isn't just the backbone of Amazon. It's the backbone of the entire internet. Netflix, Disney, NASA, the US military, and even major AI startups all run their operations on AWS servers. Without AWS, huge parts of the internet would simply shut down. This alone gives Amazon an advantage no other company can match. Because if you control the infrastructure of the internet, you control the future of artificial intelligence. But Amazon isn't stopping at servers. They are pouring billions of dollars into AI research, robotics, and partnerships with cutting-edge startups. While everyone is watching Google's Gemini or OpenAI's GPT models, Amazon has been quietly working on its own large language model called Titan, and now they've doubled down with massive investments in Anthropic, one of OpenAI's biggest rivals. In fact, Amazon has committed up to $4 billion into Anthropic to make sure their AI future is tied directly to AWS. That means when you use Claude or any of Anthropic's AI products, you're actually feeding Amazon's empire. And this is where the story gets darker. Amazon doesn't just want to compete in the AI race, they want to own it. Think about Alexa, their voice assistant. It was one of the first mainstream AI products to enter homes worldwide. People laughed at Alexa for being clumsy or not very smart, but Amazon wasn't playing the short game. They were gathering data. Millions of households, millions of voices, billions of interactions. All of it training Amazon's AI systems in the background. Now imagine combining that household data with AWS's global dominance and Anthropic's cutting-edge research. That's not just an AI product. That's an AI empire. A silent army that touches cloud computing, personal assistants, e-commerce, logistics, and even military contracts. And speaking of logistics, this is where Amazon becomes terrifying. Their warehouses aren't just filled with workers anymore. They're increasingly run by AI-powered robots. From robotic arms that pick and pack items to automated vehicles that move inventory, Amazon is creating fully autonomous supply chains. They are preparing for a future where humans are no longer needed in their distribution network. That's millions of jobs potentially replaced, all in the name of efficiency and profit. But here's the part no one talks about. Amazon isn't just building robots for warehouses. They're building robots for homes. Just like Alexa quietly entered our lives, Amazon is testing home robots like Astro, designed to move around your house, listen to conversations, and integrate with all your smart devices. In other words, Amazon wants AI not only in your cloud, not only in your workplace, but inside your living room, watching and listening to everything you do. This is the true meaning of Amazon's silent takeover. They don't want to just compete with Google or Microsoft in flashy AI products. They want to weave AI into the very fabric of daily life, so that escaping Amazon becomes impossible. Now, let's talk about data. Because at the end of the day, AI is only as powerful as the data it's trained on. And who has more data than Amazon? They know what you buy, when you buy it, what you search for, how you use Alexa, how you stream Prime Video, what books you read on Kindle, what groceries you order from Whole Foods, and even what products businesses are selling through their marketplace. This data is gold for training AI, and Amazon is sitting on a mountain of it. So while everyone debates whether OpenAI or Google has the smarter chatbot, Amazon is silently amassing the largest treasure chest of consumer and business data on the planet. They don't need the flashiest chatbot today, because when they flip the switch, I will already know more about human behavior than any competitor. But there's another angle we need to expose: Amazon's influence over governments. AWS has contracts with the CIA, the Department of Defense, and multiple governments worldwide. This means Amazon's cloud is not just powering Netflix and startups, it's powering intelligence agencies and military operations. In a future where AI becomes weaponized, Amazon won't just be a company, it will be a critical piece of national security. And that gives them leverage over entire nations. Think about that for a second. I'm a private company, already controlling internet infrastructure, now controlling artificial intelligence, robotics, consumer data, and even military-grade cloud computing. That's not just power. That's empire-level power. And Amazon built it without anyone really noticing. The question we need to ask is simple. What happens when Amazon decides to fully unleash this AI army? Imagine a world where every business relies on Oz AI, where every home has Amazon devices listening and watching, where every delivery, every purchase, every movie, every book is filtered through AI algorithms controlled by Amazon. That's not just convenience, that's control. And let's be honest, Amazon doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to workers or competition. This is the company that has been accused of crushing small businesses, underpaying employees, and exploiting warehouse workers with brutal conditions. Now imagine what happens when that same company controls the future of artificial intelligence. Do you really think they'll use it for the good of humanity? Or will they use it for dominance, profit, and surveillance? This is why Amazon is the most dangerous player in the AI war. Because while the spotlight shines on OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft, Amazon is operating in the shadows. They aren't loud, they aren't flashy, but they're building something far bigger, an invisible empire that stretches across the cloud. The home, the workplace, and the battlefield. And maybe that's the most brilliant part of their strategy. While we argue about ChatGPT and Gemini, Amazon is already pulling the strings behind the curtain. By the time the world wakes up, their AI army may already control everything. So the next time you order something on Amazon, or ask Alexa a simple question, remember this: you're not just using a product, you're feeding the most powerful AI empire on Earth. An empire that doesn't want your attention. It wants your dependence. And once you depend on it, you'll never escape. That's the silent takeover. That's Amazon's secret AI army. And the world isn't ready for what's coming next.